Hey, what's happening, everyone? Happy New Year. Hope you enjoyed the holidays. I wanted to take a minute to kind of check in with you guys and let you know where I'm at with things. If you recall, last year, around March or so, I put out a video and I was kind of talking about some of my goals for the year. So just to kind of do a general recap, I was talking about increasing my Instagram followers and increasing my Facebook followers and growing my YouTube channel, releasing new original music, and getting more listeners on Spotify. And there was also a guitar course. And I was initially trying to double my numbers from where they were at the beginning of last year. So I had big plans last year. And if you recall, I put out a video in the fall where I kind of discussed that my priorities had shifted a little bit. I kind of realized that Facebook and Instagram and TikTok weren't as important as the Spotify growth and the YouTube growth, and those two weren't as important as the original music. So I kind of reevaluated what was important to me. And with that instructional guitar course, although I did finish it, I ultimately had to give up on that as well, because there's only so many hours in the day, and I'm just one person, and that was too many directions to try and go in. Which is kind of unfortunate because I do enjoy teaching. I've been a music teacher and a guitar instructor for a long time, and I do think that I could help people learn the instrument a little bit more effectively than some of the other resources out there. But I kind of came to the decision that there are many people who can teach guitar, but there's only one person who can write my songs. So that was a little bit tough for me to let go of, because I did put hundreds of hours, maybe even more, into designing and producing that course and building the website and doing all the stuff. And if you still want to sign up for the course, it's still on my website. You can head over to patduganmusic.com and check it out. And I just made it, I think it's like $7 or something. So it's not totally free, but it's almost free if you want to check that out. But so yeah, it was a little bit painful to let go of that, but ultimately I think it was the right move because it frees up a lot of my time and a lot of my sort of energy to now focus on the original music. So I put forth some pretty lofty goals last year. Let me fill you in on the stats for how I actually finished last year so we can talk about it. So I released 6 original songs last year. That was Starting Over, Here's to You, Let It Go, In the Country, Vecna Blues, and then the Come See Me Again Electro House remix. Now, In the Country was also a remix of Come See Me Again. It was kind of like a bluegrass country reinterpretation of that song. So there were 6 releases in total. Oh, and I also forgot to say, Vecna Blues was a kind of a cover. It was a kind of psychedelic, progressive rock guitar instrumental cover of the Stranger Things theme song. Cool, so I released 6 songs, but 2 of them were sort of reinterpretations or remixes of a previous song, and then one of them was a cover. But that's what I did in terms of original music. And then in terms of videos and stuff for YouTube, I made 40 videos last year, 40 like full-length widescreen videos, and I made 96 shorts, which are like the tall vertical videos. So I had 6 songs released, made 40 videos, 96 shorts, in addition to a whole bunch of social media stuff, which I'm just going to kind of ignore in this video right now. So let's start off and see how that actually did. So on Spotify, I ended the year with 8,290 listeners. I had 19,869 streams. I had 1,067 hours of total listening time. I had 1,536 total saves. 864 playlist ads. I was able to reach a total of 7,358 new people, new listeners, and my music was shared a total of 175 times, and I ended the year with 359 followers. I was a top 10 artist for 72 fans, so whoever you are, if I was a top 10 artist for you, thank you so much. And I was a top 5 artist for 30 fans. So that means that there's 30 people out there who listened to my music a lot last year. And there's even 72 people out there who listened to it quite a bit. So if that was you, thank you so much. I'm extremely grateful for that. So these numbers are kind of small, but if we look at the growth, that's really what I want to focus in on. As I always tell my students, it's about progress and not perfection. If we just keep focusing on the progress, we'll eventually get there. So check this out. I had an 895% increase in listeners compared to 2022. I had a 698% increase in streams. I had a 202% increase in saves, a 356% increase in playlist ads, and a 313% increase in followers. So that's really, when I see these, when I see these statistics, I know that these numbers are, compared to like a major artist or something, these numbers are very small. But like I said, the thing that really gets me excited and motivates me is the growth. So that was what was happening on Spotify. Now let's take a look at YouTube for a second. So on YouTube last year, I had a total of 201.1 thousand views. That's a lot of views. Right? That's almost 250,000. Not quite there yet, but 201.1 thousand views across all my videos on my YouTube channel. I had 2,531 hours of music, of my music that was listened to, either on the channel or in the videos that I was putting out, because I did a lot of music videos and things, but you can also just listen to my music on YouTube as well, which is part of the reason I like YouTube. At the beginning of the year, I had 6,399 total subscribers, and at the end of the year, I had 16,537. So again, focusing on the growth there, that's a 258% increase in subscribers year over year. So I am thrilled to announce that at the end of the year, I more than doubled my Spotify numbers and my YouTube numbers, which is something I had set out to do. In some cases, on the Spotify numbers, I did 895%, was the highest increase I had. So that's more than 8 times, in listeners that I grew. And then the same thing over on the YouTube side, 258% increase. So I know I put up some lofty goals at the beginning of the year, and I did have to adjust, my priorities a little bit. Let me say that again. And I did have to adjust my priorities a little bit, but with these 2 particular things, I was able to hit my goal. So super excited about that. Thank you guys for helping me do that, by the way. And thank you especially to the top, the 72 fans who I was a top 10 artist for on Spotify, and the 30 fans who I was a top 5 artist for. And thank you to the people who are watching my videos and hitting the like button, and my new subscribers, and anyone who's leaving a comment on the videos. You guys, that seems like a really small thing, on your side of the YouTube screen, that so-and-so wants me to like the video and leave a comment or subscribe to this page. But that works wonders, for the algorithm, and that's what really allows me to grow. So keep hitting those buttons, keep, hitting the save button, share it with your friends, share it on social media if you want to. All of that stuff helps me, so I encourage you to do as much of that as possible, and thank you to the people who are already doing that. You guys are awesome. Now I want to lay forth some goals for 2024, but before I do, I want to talk about the mindset that I was using to accomplish this last year in 2023. If you recall, in some of my earlier videos, I was talking about making this transformation and sort of pursuing self-improvement and doing a lot of things like that. So that was really what I was mostly focused on. I'm here today talking about the music and the numbers and the videos and the stats, but really on the day-to-day side of things, on the minute-to-minute, hour-to-hour side of things, I was mostly focused, on trying to be a better version of myself. That was the number one focus, and then I was hoping that that would spill over into helping me accomplish these other things. And it did, there's no denying that. So I've really been going after that more than anything else. So for this year, 2024, I'm going to continue with my number one focus being my mindset of growth and self-improvement, because I firmly believe that If I'm a better person, I'm going to be able to do better things. I'm going to be able to write better songs. I'm going to be able to create better videos. I'm going to have more energy to do stuff, so it all starts with me being a better person. So I'm going to continue on that path. On the original music, I'm going to release at least 6 original songs this year, maybe a little bit more. It gets a little tricky around the holidays because everything gets kind of drowned out with Christmas and holiday music and stuff, so we'll see how many I can actually get in before then. But I want to release 6 songs without any remixes or covers. At least 6, maybe more. And I'm going to go ahead and make a bold statement here. For 2024, I'm going to release at least 1 hit song. Cool, so at least one of my original songs this year is going to blow up and be a hit song. Right now, what does blow up and become a hit song mean? I'm kind of defining that as a song that does really well on Spotify and YouTube, that gets added to a bunch of different playlists, that gets a lot of streams, gets a lot of saves, gets a lot of shares. So like on Spotify, if I could have something that got added to a few editorial playlists, that would skyrocket the play count. And then it would also spill over into new followers for me. On YouTube, I'm going to focus on quality over quantity a little bit. So I did about 40 full-length videos last year, and what was it, like 96 shorts. So that's a pretty good number. I'll try to stick around that. If it's a little bit lower than 40 videos, I would still be okay with that if the videos were higher quality. And I'll probably have no problem doing at least 96 shorts again. But I really want to try to double or maybe even triple my subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. So if I had 16,537 right now, I'm going to try to double or triple that. As far as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I'm going to keep posting on those, but those are going to go a little bit on the back burner so I can keep my focus on making music. Rather than making content, because it's easy to get sucked down the rabbit hole of just making all of this content, but really we want the music, right? The music is, I think, a more valuable thing to have at the end of the year. And I'm giving up on the guitar course altogether for 2024. I'm not going to do another guitar course. I'm not going to try to promote the one I did. It's still out there if anyone wants to learn. It's on my website, patduganmusic.com/lessons. I think I can do that. That actually sounds pretty reasonable. The thing that's going to be the hardest that I don't have much control over is the hit song, right? I have no control over if someone likes my song or not. But I do have control over writing some good songs, and I know what songs I have that I'm working on right now that I'm going to be releasing this year, and I feel like the songs are pretty good. So that's why I'm saying 1 hit song. I'm not just like pulling that out of a hat or something. I think that at least one of those songs will do really well. And if I have a hit song, then of course I would have, I'd probably have more than 2 times growth on Spotify. If all of a sudden I had like, 1 million new listeners or something, there would be a crazy amount of growth. But let's keep it realistic, so it's something I can actually manage. So I'm going to try for that hit song, but hit song or not, I'm going to double the numbers on Spotify again and double the numbers on YouTube again, at least. Hopefully I can do a little bit more than double. Eventually, once you get to a number that's a lot higher, it's really hard to double and triple it or have 895% growth. So some of those numbers are large just because I was so small at the beginning of the year, so just understanding that. But focusing on the 6 songs, I'm going to at least double my numbers on Spotify and YouTube, and I'm going to have a hit song. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to release a hit song this year. And of course, I couldn't do it without you guys, right? So I'm going to need your help for this. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, please like the videos. Please watch some of my other videos, like them, leave a comment. The other thing you can do is, if you're on Spotify, going in there, listening to my music, following me, sharing the song on social media. I think sharing the song or sharing the video on social media would probably be the biggest thing you could do to help me. Because then someone, one of your friends will listen to my song, and I wouldn't have been able to reach one of your friends otherwise, So Those are some things you can do to help me out. Otherwise, stay tuned. I've got some really great music coming your way and some cool videos as well. And I just want to say thank you again for supporting me and my music and watching my channel. If you want to be a little bit more in the loop with what's happening with me, then I encourage you to head over to my website and sign up for my email list. That's at patduganmusic.com, and I'll send you my new tracks before they're even released. And would love your opinions on picking out album art and helping me choose different like t-shirt designs and things like that. So please head over to my website, patduganmusic.com, and join my community by signing up for the email list, and that way we can keep in touch as things evolve. So thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching and supporting my channel. I've got to go record some guitar parts now for one of my new songs, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later down the road. Happy New Year. Dunzo! Dunzo. It's done. We did it. Dunzo. Oh, let's see if we can find a Ramsey in here. There he is. Oh. You have anything you want to share, mister? Huh? You want to tell him about all your bones? How many bones you gonna chew next year? Huh?
Yeah, we'll keep on climbing. If we're gonna fall, better make